Hello, hello everybody. Today I have the pleasure to talk with John from the band Page 99, if I'm right.
Yes.
Um, my first question, John, is when did you meet the West Coast music in your life?
Well, when I grew up, this was kind of the stuff that I was listening to coming out of high school, which happened to be the time when I was starting to really hone myself as a musician. You know, most of the time when I was younger, I didn't know what I wanted to be when I grew up. But it was by the time that I reached the end of high school, first couple years of college, I started to realize that that was what I wanted to do with my life. And that sort of at the same time, a couple big albums were coming out. The one that it really caught my attention and made me want to do this was Toto 4. And I was a drummer at the time, and I wanted to be Jeff Porcaro all over again. I studied him. That's what I wanted to do. And
It was a revelation.
it was, I was like, if I could be in a band, the type of band I would want to
Mm,
be in would have been
total.
Toto. Yeah, but it was all around me, at the time. That was the stuff that we grew up on.
Mm. And your band name is an association between the band name Pages
Right,
and the Toto songs 99.
right.
Why this choice?
When I was searching for a name, I wanted to do something that pointed back to the people that inspired the project. And Toto, as I just explained, was number one. I had to find some way of blending something from Toto. And I originally was thinking Steely Dan. So the original name I was coming up with was FM 99. But too much confusion. I think
The
people thought it sounded like a radio station. So then I came across
Page
Pages and I
9.
thought Page 99, that kind of sounds interesting. So that's how it developed. Yeah.
You took from the iconic album he's in a studio
Yes.
from Steely Dan, yes,
Right,
like
right, right.
iconic. This is a little bit special because you are not from California.
Right. From Detroit. We're a long ways from California. I
Yeah.
know. Um, you know, the way I got into doing this, I mean, all those years back, I was obviously inspired by this music. But what actually got me going a couple years ago and saying, let's make this album, my brother and I started a podcast called Yacht Rock Podcast Out of the Main, and it was a study. We go week by week. It's a deep study of all the different branches and elements of yacht rock and West Coast AOR music. And the more and more I studied that, the more and more I discovered other bands that were doing it today, like State Cows, for example. And I thought,
Yeah,
wow, if
yeah,
they're doing that now, I want to do that now. And I didn't care if I had an audience.
they are very cool.
Yes,
I
yes.
can.
We had
Yeah,
them on our show and talked
yeah.
to them, and I told them how much they inspired because it was, even though I was inspired by the bands from the 70s, it was the fact that they were doing it now that made me say, you know what? I'm going to do it now too. I'm at a point in my life where I want to make music for making great music. I'm not worried about the business of music anymore.
Yeah, for sure. And I really love your eponymous album, Page 99,
Mhm.
with the part made in 2020 and the album from 2021. Um, can you say to us, what do you find inside West Coast music?
The biggest thing I find is that fits for me is all of that West Coast music has an extreme attention to detail, whether it's the detail and how clean and how well recorded it is, or how it's arranged, or the players have to play very precise, clean, meaningful parts. Everything about it is very intentional. Everything about it is very specific. It's not just a band banging out a
Mhm.
tune in a room. And those details are the things that I really enjoy about music.
Mhm. When you were young, you found your way by becoming a music producer,
Yeah.
but everybody can be a music producer. Why did you think that you could be in this so special? Why you could be good? Sorry, in
hmm
this so special job?
It almost goes back to the last question, the detail thing.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
somebody that can manage
Mm.
details, but
Sound, mm.
yeah, but
The quality
also
of sound. Yeah.
in staying on a direction. A
Mm.
lot of musicians, they'll write something and then on Monday and then on Tuesday they'll hate it, or the next week they'll be on to something else. You have to, as a producer, have a long range goal in mind
Yeah.
and stay on that. But then you also have to be able to figure out, okay, how do I get to that goal by day to day? What do I have to do today? And those are that kind of scheduling and organization and details are things that I do well as well,
Mhm,
besides
mhm,
being creative.
mhm. And what are your advices to be a good music producer for the young fans of music in 2021? Do they have to know a lot of bands and stories around them?
I would love to be able to say that music is going to go back to what I liked. I don't really see that in the short term. As a lot of music is being made now more like a remix project,
Yeah.
where people aren't getting together and recording as much as they're sending files back and forth. So my advice as a music producer would be to, even within knowing you're working within that more sterile environment, find a way to make your music have life to it. So much music just is overly programmed and it loses life. There's got to be a way to still be relevant with today's music, but bring more musicality into it. You know what I mean?
Mm, mm,
Kind of a
yeah.
difficult thing to express without sounding like the old guy that's complaining about today's music.
Yes, because sometimes I don't know why some bands make some EPs with remix, only remix.
Yeah.
This is special. So um, let's talk about your eponymous album of 2021, page 99.
Yes.
How did you choose the songs one after one to build the record?
Meaning the order that they are on the record, or do you mean just the songs I chose to record to make the record?
The
Yeah,
song you
yeah.
choose to make the record.
Well, we wanted to have three covers on there, and again, when we started this project, Russ, who is sort of my main side guy, does all the vocal arranging and things. We talked about wanting to do at least some songs that, again, point back to who are the people that we really honor from this era. So that's why we chose a Toto song again, Leah.
Mhm,
We covered Page's and Kenny Loggins' song, Who's Right, Who's Wrong.
mhm,
And then we also wanted to find some way to get the David Foster, Jay Graydon kind of thing represented. And that's how we ended up doing a cover of Nothing You Can Do About It. The others are originals of mine that all of the guys contributed to. I kind of wrote the original ideas and brought them in. But when somebody comes in and they do a great solo or they add backup parts and lyrics and things, to me, that's as much a part of the composition. So we're all kind of represented as composers, though the original ideas were
mhm,
from me.
mhm. And this concept, page 99, is that a long-term project or just a temporary association of different artists who love the same song?
It is a long-term plan for me because the first one has done very well. I'm already well into the second one. I've started working on that, have a lot of songs at least partially recorded. Everybody that's been involved in the first one want to be involved in the next one. It's sort of a Steely Dan kind of approach where I'm the main guy, and Russ was very close second in that, and then everybody else was kind of brought in for their specialties that they do, sort of
Hmm.
as a session guy, but they're all part of the sort of the family, but they don't necessarily all play on every single song.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
my plan is to keep it going. I do have the second one in progress, and so far everybody has been involved.
So maybe one more album in 2021 or 2022?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, definitely another
yeah.
full album, definitely by 2022. If I'm lucky and I can get it in, by before Christmas 2021, that would be great. I don't know.
Okay, cool.
Not far enough in yet to know.
Mhm. What are your feelings about the music industries in 2021? the fans can meet in the normal situation without the COVID, their groups easily. Everything is very marketing.
Yeah.
And what about the socials?
The social thing and the state of where music is today they do go hand in hand together. I um I am sad that we don't have as much of an album making culture in music anymore, where you want to create a whole album that flows together, that's a piece of art, that's a project. We see a lot more people putting out a song here, a song there, a song here, and every few weeks. And it is like the socials, because the social networks are more about constantly having content, constantly having material, constantly
Yeah.
having something so that people see it in their feed. But that doesn't necessarily mean the process is for making good music. Making music fast and getting it out once a month is not the same as making great music. And I think we're starting to see, there's all kinds of discussion of why are we using the same four chords over again? Why does all music sound the same? Yeah, all that stuff. And it's because the desire is not to make something great artistically, but to make something that I can have so I can stay, in front of people's screens and feeds.
It's a kind of food for the socials.
Yes, that's what it feels like to me.
And about the fans in Europe and Japan, how do you explain that the West Coast bands have sometimes more success outside the US than in the US?
I wish I knew the answer to that, because I will tell you that Page 99 has done much better outside the US than in the US. The first ones to really pick up on it were some stations in France and Italy. I've seen a lot of sales and streams from Sweden, who's really big into this, and then Japan, the biggest, much more than the United States. I don't know the reason for that. I can't understand it. I know that it's not a new thing either, because a lot of the later Toto records from the 90s and 2000s weren't even released in the United States. You had to go and buy a Japanese issue if you wanted a CD copy of, like Kingdom of Desire or something. So it's not new. I just can't explain it.
Yeah, it was the same for Depeche Mode at the very beginning. They had a difficult reason to be accepted in the US, because their song was really new and European English one. And with keyboards.
Yeah, when I look at my stats from Spotify or Apple Music or any of those streaming services, it's Japan, Sweden are always 1 and 2, and then like Central Europe, like where you are, and then United States, kind
of. So I guess that you want to stay close to your fan.
I guess if I'm going to go tour, I guess I've got to go a long ways to tour.
Yeah. For sure. And last question for today. Do you have the perfect studio for you, or there is always some things that you want to change, to test a different material, etc.?
If I've always had this, if I win a lottery or something like that, I would love to have an actual big room type studio with a full analog board and drum kit set up, all pre-mic'd up, and amps all with mics, all, to have that kind of setup all set up like they had in those studios in LA, where you could walk in and the kit's there, or you can plug in. For me, when I'm writing something, I want to quickly get the idea down. So I often go into the computer, pull up a virtual synth, something like that, because I need to get to it quickly. The labor of actually, setting up a drum kit and getting the mics out and running cables, it'd be lovely to have all of that stuff set up where you could just walk in and do it. I think that would be great for my process. So if I could have what I would call a real studio someday, I'd love that.
Yes, because some music producer are are some of music maniacs. They always want to do many times for a song, one song, and some just play one and that's it. That's a
more
wrap.
me.
Yeah.
That's more me. I catch it in the first couple, but if you have an idea, I always feel it can be fleeting, that I can hear the whole thing in my head, and the longer it goes, little pieces of it start to slip away, almost like waking up from a dream. And if I can't capture it quickly, I start to lose the original mojo of it.
Yeah, you can at night and write something on the paper. Yeah.
On my phone, I use the Notes app on my
Notes,
phone.
yes.
It's loaded with stuff.
Okay. So you said to me that you will do some tours when the situation will be more easily. So the members of the band are Bruce Fitzpatrick, sorry, Duane Allen Hartlick,
right,
Colton Weatherstone, Andrea Di Puccio, it's Italian, Chip Kipps, and Bill Salisbury.
Right.
Yeah.
They're the main guys.
Yeah.
And everybody has a specialty that they bring to the party.
And I have a question. Why the name and the first name of Bruce Fitzpatrick is on on two songs name? If we listen your album on Spotify, I saw his name on 2 or 3 songs, if I'm right.
Oh, that would be Duane. Duane's name.
Duane. Okay, yes. Sorry. Yes.
Well, Duane has a he was an established artist before. He has a couple albums out on Spotify, and when I offered, I knew him. I'd worked with him a lot in the past. I know what a great guitar player and great vocalist he is, and I kind of was hoping I could get him interested in being part of Page 99. So sort of the offer was that if you sing on these songs, anything you sing lead on, we'll add your name as a featuring so that it connects back to your Spotify account, because you see so much stuff on Spotify that it's so-and-so featuring another person. And that's another socials thing, another way. So it connects his page to my page and our audiences. And, I think it's just, he was established beforehand, had a presence on Spotify, and I just kind of wanted to honor that.
Very last question. What is the best way for you actually to listen music? Because Apple proposed since yesterday or 2 days a special song. Yes, but for me, streaming is always too loud, very loud. So the vinyls are back, the K7, the CDs, streaming. So what is the best way if you love the sound, and the quality of sound?
Yes, so you are right that they do something on streaming that is just the nature of what it's going to be. We did make CDs.
Compressed.
Yes, very compressed. CDs are available through Amazon, which will ship worldwide. They'll become the main distributor for me. But I do also, and it should be very soon, I'm waiting for the actual shipping date. I have vinyl coming. I ran a very short boutique, I think it's only 300 we made, and they're going to be numbered copies. And they're supposed to be here by mid-July. That is what I'm hoping for. So for those people that want the real deal, it's going to be the vinyl, That would be the least compressed, the most natural sounding. So those will be available also. I will probably be selling some of those direct. I may sell a couple of the test pressings, maybe signed copies, but then the rest will be available again through Amazon. It's the easiest way for someone that's independently marketing their stuff to get it worldwide.
Okay, cool. So as I said, I really love your album.
Thank you.
West Coast Song, perfect song, really, again.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I wish you the best for 2021 and 2022.
Hmm.
And maybe see you in Europe. Don't forget to do some show in France, because
I know.
there is a lot of fan of West Coast music sound in France.
I know, it's amazing. I love that.
Cool.
Well, I appreciate you having me on. This is very, very good. I love to do these interviews, so I thank you much for just showing the interest.
Thank you so much. This is a full non-profit project. This is only for passion about music. So no ads, no marketing, just music and musician. That's
the way my music was made. It wasn't made for profit. It was made for the goodness of the art. So we're together on that.
Cool.
Yep.
So thank you for your time. Once again, I wish you the best for this year.
Thank you.
And yes, I did maybe how did you how was your situation during this pandemic? It was easy or maybe difficult for you, especially because you have the voice to protect your voice. Yeah.
For me, I knew some people that got it. I did not get it. I've been vaccinated. We've been good here. The biggest thing has been the shutdowns of everything that have kind of been stressful. Working out of the house can be good for some days, but when you're in a creative endeavor, you need to get out and have experiences and see people and talk to people and just change scenery. To be stuck, I've got my working space at home, but man, it gets to be kind of dry after a while, where you're just, it feels like, just going up into the same hole every day to try and be creative. So that's been much bigger things, the
lockdown.
Okay. But we're back into the summertime now, so we have much more outdoor weather and all that stuff. So hasn't been too bad.
Yeah, for sure. So thanks a lot for your time.
You're welcome. Absolutely.
And I will post this interview this evening, French time.
Okay.
And I will follow your band on every streaming session I will find, and maybe I will buy a vinyl if it's possible to listen easily each instrument.
Yes. Yeah.
And,
yeah. Well, send me or let me know where can I find it? I know I have the links in your email. What's the best place for me to find it? Like through your Facebook page?
Yeah, I will send you the link.
Okay, great.
Yeah. So once again, thank you very much, John, for your time and passion for the music.
You bet. Absolutely.
Take care.
Will do. You too.
Thanks, and talk to you soon.
Okay, great. Thank you much.
So,
all right.
Bye-bye, John.
Bye.